And outside the capacity of what is deemed reasonable to happen within a natural possibility, by definition it becomes supernatural.
So it's impossible to demonstrate the supernatural with any evidence?
No, of course not.
Well, give me a piece of evidence that can demonstrate the supernatural is true.
Well, because if something falls outside of...
Give me an example.
The Quran.
That's not a piece, that's not supernatural.
How do you know?
Well, the content.
Well, you haven't studied it, have you?
Well, in itself, it's not supernatural.
How do you know?
Well, what's supernatural about it?
Yeah, but that's the question now, isn't it?
No,
that's the look. That is the question. That's the question.
Give me something supernatural.
Yes.
That's in the Quran.
Okay, so I would say that the Quran makes a prophecy of something to happen.
Give me an example.
Which is there's a chapter called Rome, Surah Rome.
Give me an example.
I'm giving you this. You have to be patient.
Oh, I've been here 10 minutes.
We started with smiles.
I'm only asking for one example.
We started with smiles.
asking for one example.
Smiles and handshakes, and suddenly you got into beast mode
Okay,
again.
I'm not being aggressive. I've just asked for an example. I haven't got one.
That escalated.
I've given you 2 examples.
That escalated really fast, didn't it?
No, I'm not. I've escalated.
Well,
I just want an example.
Well, let me give you the point. I've forgotten the point you said now. What about Surah Rome? Okay.
I'm asking.
Okay.
How do you prove?
Okay.
How do you prove reasonably?
Okay. Let me do that.
With evidence that the supernatural is real.
Okay. Let me do that. So the Quran basically gives a prophecy, and it talks about the Roman and the Persian empires. At that time, the Roman empires took a very heavy defeat, to the extent where it was deemed that they would actually be annihilated, wiped off. They were just on their last legs. The Quran makes a prediction. Within 9 years, the Romans will once again be victorious, and it says something very odd, in the lowest lands. Now, there are 2 things that really stand out about this statement. Number 1, that the Romans actually did once again become victorious, and the part where they fought was around the Dead Sea, which was the lowest land anywhere on earth.
So, well, the prophecy. Can we put the prophecy into a nutshell?
Yes.
So the Romans would be on top, then they would be defeated, then they would come back.
Yes.
It's not much of a prophecy, that is it?
Well, it is a prophecy.
It's not much of a prophecy.
Well,
all empires.
All
empires.
Yeah.
It's not much of a prophecy to say empires rise, fall, then rise again.
I'll tell you why it's extraordinary.
Empires do that all the time.
Of course they do. Let me explain to you why it's extraordinary.
It's a truism.
Yes.
What you've just said.
Yeah.
Its truth content is very
small.
small.
But let me explain to you why it's so profound.
What's profound about
I'll explain to you. Because if you have a motivation of a man who's giving a message whereby he is either lying or he's delusional. No, please give me a chance.
Let's talk
I've forgotten your name now.
Let's talk about
What's your name again?
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this particular example.
Come on.
No. I just want to talk about this example of empire rising and falling.
Okay.
Empires rise and fall all the time.
Empires rise and fall all the time.
It's a trivial argument.
Oh, but hold on a second.
It's a trivial example.
Okay. You say it's a trivial example, but I would say it's a profound example. I'll tell you why.
What's profound
I'll tell you why. First of all, it's profound because it's something completely counterintuitive.
There's nothing intuitive. It's not counterintuitive.
Relax, hold on.
Common sense.
I haven't finished my point yet.
It's common sense.
I haven't finished my point yet. Number 2, if a man is saying, I'm a prophet of God, and he makes prophecies, and he makes counterintuitive prophecies.
There's nothing counterintuitive about it.
It is counterintuitive if you're on your last legs.
No, there's
If Mike Tyson is in a ring with you,
there's nothing counterintuitive
but if Mike Tyson is in a ring with you, and he gives you a lovely combination, and you're on the ground, and your jaw's broken, and your shoulder's dislocated, and your leg's broken, and then somebody makes a prophecy that he's going to get up and he's going to beat Mike Tyson, then you'd probably say, look,
that didn't happen
this guy's
in this case.
It did, absolutely it did.
We're talking about
Absolutely
We're talking about a trivial example of
But
an empire falling and then rising and falling again.
Let me just finish
that happens all the time in history.
Let me just finish my point.
Finish it then.
Okay. So first of all, not only is it counterintuitive, but let me just finish my point. Relax. Number 2, had that not happened, so had the Persians just relax a second. If the Persians had gone back and actually completely annihilated the Romans, because remember these empires did fall, by the way, but they eventually fell to the Muslims, right? But the point,
all the time.
hold on a second, right? So if the Muslims had indeed gone first and defeated the Romans, the prophecy would have failed. If the Persians had gone back and finished them off, the prophecy would have failed. Now, in reality,
It was
if
50-50.
if that had happened, the Quran would have been falsified.
It's not 50. I don't think you understand what Abbas is saying. Abbas is saying so the verse was actually revealed when the Romans were actually on their last legs.
Literally.
I know empires.
But let's say someone come down right now, right, and said, let's say I said to you, in 9 years' time, Palestine are going to overthrow Israel. Saying I said that to you.
People say that might happen. It's a reasonable.
It's very unlikely, isn't it?
It's highly
I
unlikely.
don't think it is unlikely.
And in the case Abbas is talking about, it's
Yeah.
even further unlikely
Yeah.
because the Romans were literally on their last legs.
People
They
make
literally lost.
in the Second World War,
No, but the point Abbas is saying is, if he gets it wrong, Islam would be finished.
That's right.
So if
You're putting all your eggs in one basket because you're giving a prophecy.
Not only as he
these
said,
prophecies are 2 a penny.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's a good. That's
2 a penny.
Okay, that's a point I'd like to refer to. That. Now let's say.
Can we give a more specific?
Now let's.
Can we give a more specific? A more specific
prophecy.
prophecy
Okay.
that's falsifiable.
So there's another component to this as well, which is that if you now make multiple prophecies, and they all come true, and you don't ever get anything wrong, this now becomes, on balance of probability, highly
So it's a
likely.
probability
Well, everything is a probability.
What is it?
Everything is.
Not if it's supernatural.
Everything. Well, in life,
Not if
even,
it's supernatural. It's not a probability.
even arriving at
No,
look, you're not even allowing me
Okay.
to refer to what you said. Even arriving at a conclusion that something is supernatural is going to be a probabilistic analysis.
No, not if it's supernatural.
Of course, it's going to be.
Supernatural prophecies are absolute.
Tell me what prophecy could be an absolute.
I don't know. You tell me. I don't
No.
believe in prophecy.
So it's a probabilistic.
I don't believe in I don't believe in prophecies.
But
at all.
it's going to be
Marxists.
at best,
Marxists were talking about prophecies all the time.
and they got many things wrong.
Some of
right?
them some were right.
Exactly.
It must have seemed in 1917
Yes.
that prophecies were coming to it was happening. The world was going to turn communist.
but is it impressive? What's your name? Sorry.
What?
What's your name?
He gave it last time. I don't
No,
know.
what's your name?
Oh, Jordan.
No, I'm not giving my name.
Okay, fine.
Let's call you. Let's call
Yeah,
you,
shake my hand.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mis-
well, nice to meet you.
Let's
Nice
call
to
you
meet
Mr.
Nice to
Angry.
meet you.
I'm not angry.
You are.
Yeah.
You-
I'm not angry. at
Can we
all.
at least accept if someone's claiming to be a prophet of God and makes various prophecies,
and they all
they
come
all
true.
have to come true. If one of them
Even
doesn't,
one fault is falsified.
then
That's
we,
it.
we wouldn't be standing here talking today
You
about
haven't
Islam.
given
right.
me a prophecy that's come true yet.
We
What-
gave
what-
you the
that-
one about
that's
Rome and
fair.
Romans.
These are trivial prophecies.
The
They're 2 a penny.
the prophet
They
made
happen
the
all
prophet
time.
the prophet himself made many prophecies. So, for
And some
example,
of,
he said the Bedouin. Look,
but it's like saying, your prophecies are like saying, sometime this year it's going to rain.
no,
That,
that's not fair. I think
I think it's exactly
that's a very
parallel.
unfair way of looking
I
at
can
it.
say, I think the prophecies are so broad,
Yeah.
they're meaningless.
Well,
Sometimes
I
it's
think-
going to rain, sometimes
I think that's
empires are going to fall.
no, that's a ridiculous.
Well, why?
claim.
No, empires will fall.
And and it will
No,
rain.
but that's a ridiculous analogy. I think.
I don't think it is.
I think it's-
I think Marxists talk in
I
the
think-
same way. They talk about prophecies
But
about...
they got the many things wrong, right?
Well, because some were right, some were wrong.
Yeah, but the fact that they got some wrong
But they were so...
shows-
But it never happened.
shows
It never happened.
shows
You've
that
been talking about religious prophecies for 500, 1,000 years.
1400 years.
And nothing's changed.
What's
The world's getting more and more atheistic.
that doesn't look.
From my opinion, things are getting more and more atheistic.
Within the Western Hemisphere, the fastest growing religion is Islam.
That's not a prophecy.
You know, I'm not saying. Well, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that. I'll give you some other prophecies, by the way. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said.
No, but I don't believe this is a proof of the supernatural. The only thing you've demonstrated is that people are making proclamations about different empires, and I think they're trivial prophecies. Some will fall, some will may
I
not.
think you're not being honest.
I want specific.
No, but
I want to
Yeah, but you're not giving us a
if you
chance.
describe,
You're not giving us a
if I
chance to
describe
speak.
to you an empire that is literally almost wiped out, And I predict that within a certain amount of time frame, that umpire is going to overthrow a massive empire.
I can say
that if you're not impressed with that, then you're not being honest. I don't think you're being honest.
I'm not impressed by anybody who says, everybody says about their opponents that they're going to fail.
Do you accept that if that prophecy went wrong, Islam would have been?
No, because I don't think
you don't accept that.
I don't think these. I think these prophecies are to a penny.
No. Jordan's point is, though, if any of the prophecies are falsified, it would be then reasonable for somebody to say that is not supernatural.
Well, because